Brandon Graham again? That's not true. My next guest, a longest tenured Eagle in franchise history. What an honor to welcome two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, recently retired Brandon Graham. Welcome, congratulations, and what does that feel like?
You know what? It was kind of funny at first. Now I feel good. I feel like I'm settling in with a good feeling of retirement. I'm enjoying the win. I'm not really going over the season, other than just gushing over how together we were this year and how sad it was that we had to end it because it was over. hmm
Brandon, what's it like to retire?
right now I don't know. It's been like 2 weeks for real. Really two and a half, and I'm just taking it one day at a time, enjoying the win, just stuff that comes from the win, the appearances, the stuff that I get to do with baby girl, baby boy,
Mhm.
see all that stuff. But it's always I gotta figure out how I'm gonna exert this energy that I'm storing up because when that season comes, I gotta be somewhere.
You got to be somewhere, and it might be there in Philadelphia. I was at the owners' meetings. I was talking to Howie Roseman. Obviously, he echoes the same sentiment he had with Jason. Like he can be here, do whatever he wants. Have those discussions happened? What's the ideal situation look like? I know you wanted to sit down with Mr. Laurie and duke it out.
Yeah, I just really been taking my time, letting them get the season together for this year, get the draft. But I know for me, it's any. I'm in there now because I got a rehab all the way till June. So I know that I'll see Howie, I'll see Mr. Lurie, and when it gets down to the real, we'll talk about some things. But right now, I just been enjoying. I'm telling you, enjoying it because as you know, time flies, and then we'll be on the 2025 talking about what the Super Bowl 60. So I'm trying to enjoy 59 as long as I can.
Yeah, and you should. And I like that when, right after you won the Super Bowl, the retirement questions came flying at that night. And you said, I really liked that. I listened to it this morning again, that you were just like, you knew what you were going to do. You knew it was you just wanted to. And I really think you just wanted to enjoy it. And you're still enjoying it.
Yep.
And you deserve that after everything you've done. I bet you're being reflective, though, over these past couple of weeks, even the past season, going through the injury. If you had to choose
Mhm.
one game, Brandon, one play, even a moment from your amazing career that sort of meant the most to you, what's the moment?
Well, it's that Tom Brady moment because that changed my whole career as far as my trajectory of where I was in my career, and then it just took off after that. I blocked a lot of people. I forgave Philly for all the stuff they
Mhm.
gave me in the beginning for not being Earl Thomas, but then we all won that Super Bowl together and the way it happened. And then after that, every year it just got better and better as I continue to just enjoy those moments and be a leader the best way I knew how to be and bring the energy and actually perform because you got to play when you're in this league. 15 years don't happen by accidents. I'm thankful for Howie and them believing in me for all these years, and I gotta thank God for sure because that prayer was answered. Just being like something like Ray Lewis, that was a guy that I looked up to. Played one team the same way as he did, not 18 or 17 like he did, but 15 was good enough for me when I only wanted 10. But it was I'm feeling really good right now.
And we love that. We love that, Zach. You really think that you won the Eagles over or something? That was like a turning point in how you were viewed?
I think so. I really do. I really felt like my personality was always, me, but it was
Mhm.
more like it's all about performance, as you know, in Philly, and it's not easy playing in Philly. You gotta have thick skin because it's a week to week league, as you know, and they let you know. They give you the real on how you're doing, and at the
Mhm.
time, I felt like I could be better. I just wasn't getting there because I had tore my knee in the beginning, and then I had to come back from that. Then I had to grind. I had Chip Kelly first time running the 3-4 defense. That was my first time as an outside linebacker. It happened to drop in the pass coverage and stuff like that. So it was cool. It worked out. But when Doug came, that's when it really took off for me because Jim Swartz, and
Mhm.
him being the coordinator, it was my game, and it was back to me being able to be me, and I took off from there.
Yeah. I mean, you were an all pro, I think, before that year, but I love
hmm
that that's like
Yeah,
this.
but you but that's when it really just took off, where it just got better and better, even up to this point. When I got hurt, I was like, man, playing a big game against the Rams and all this stuff. Every year it just gotten better when people counted me out, and so I always carried that chip every year, just with that. And I forget people. It's just more about like just use it as motivation, and making
Yeah.
sure that I go out there and let them boys know, like, yeah, old man, yeah, okay, we'll show you. I'll show you, old man. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
show, yeah, I'll show you. Oh man, I love that. Yeah, I do know what you're saying. And
uh,
everyone I think would point, and you are too, to the Brady strip sack. I was wondering if you could do me the honor of walking me through what I think is one of my favorite things, and it's your first and your only touchdown. You mentioned the Rams.
yeah.
Take me to 2017 and this hook and ladder the Rams tried to do.
Well, I got off the bomb. I knew it was a screen because the lineman went up the field right away, and so I just turned, went out, and man, Nigel Bradham knocked that ball, tipped the ball up for me. I grabbed it. Next thing you know, I just seen the end zone. I remember getting, in that play, I remember getting a lot of people hitting me up saying, the point spread, man, was 9, and if you didn't score that touchdown, we would have won our whatever parlay at the time. And so, but I was ecstatic because I just was talking about how I don't have a touchdown, and then that came that year.
It
Hmm.
took you 8 years. It took you 109 games. You got in the end zone. And by the way, it didn't look like you were trying to make tackles out there. It looked like you were hunting
Yeah.
for one. You were like, I'm getting a touchdown today. I love that.
Trying to
You were
find out
thinking
where that
about it
ball,
from the snap.
they got to lateral it. They got to throw it back. So it's like you just be in the way of it, and hopefully you catch it and take it to the house.
Yeah. How retired are you?
I'm uh I'm 90% retired. I I'm 90%.
Love- I
I'm
love
like
that. That's
I'm
my
like
favorite answer. God, you have given me such gold over the years, and that is the best answer. You're 90%. Okay, let's break it down. The
90%.
90 I get, baby girl,
Yeah.
retirement, the torn tricep, all what's the 10? What's the 10? What's the 10?
The 10 is how much I want to continue to train the way I'm training. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to I'm trying to look good, and training the way training to train for a game is different, but I haven't really changed that yet. I just want to go out there and speed it up to where I want to look good, to make sure that I'm staying fit, and while I'm still rehabbing my arm, and making sure when I do retire, I'm staying in the habit of that, because a lot of guys tell me when they leave, you got to make sure you stay in the habit of working out, doing what you do, because this is our first time really being off and not really having to train for anything. So I got a new motivation. It's just to look good, because if I'm gonna be on TV and want to talk and have
Yeah.
my suits on, I got to be looking good. So and I want to be healthy for my kids, like you said, my family.
Mhm.
And yeah, I got a new motivation now. So that 10% is just in case, but I doubt it, because I try to be a man of my word, and I don't want to have to play up in that back and forth stuff. I'm just gonna accept it and just move on, and
Yeah.
get ready for what's next, because I feel like I'm gonna
Mm.
make the next thing great. You know what I'm saying?
You will definitely do that, but all I
Hmm.
heard was you're not fully
I
you're
know.
not, I heard the door is not cement, boat lock, master lock shut. I heard you're going to stay in shape, which you're going to stay in shape because
Uh-huh.
in January you might get we got to go face
Ooh,
Mahomes. You told me you wanted to sack and you didn't get your paws on in the Super Bowl, and I feel like you'd answer that call. Am I right?
and you know what? We ain't there yet, but if it happens, we could say you said it first.
Who would they send? Let's say it's the Eagles. Who would the Eagles have call you to say like we need you? Is it Lane? Is it Howie? Like who would have the best chance of luring out of whatever you do next?
Well, you know what? It had to be the one with the money. You know what I'm saying? The one that's gonna pay you and get you the contract. So if they don't feel that way, it ain't nothing happening. It's just lip service. But I think that they doing a great job, as they always do. I'm excited to watch them. can't wait to see Nolan and them guys and him take that leadership role because now it's just him in the room. And he had me and Sweaty. Now Sweaty's gone. I'm gonna be around, but it's just different when you the guy going out there grinding every day, making sure you motivating. You got to break it down sometimes. I can't wait to see N'Kobe take that next step in his career. On just like making sure that he go out there and just play the whole year because I know for him he can do it. And I know that's what his mindset is, and can't wait to see him. Can't wait to see them young boys take that next step. Q and Coop, and it's gonna be cool because I'm gonna be around. But it's their team; they got the torch, and so I want them to make sure that they do their best and just keep it together.
I saw Cooper DeJean at the Suns Warriors game last night, and he was sitting courtside, but so unassuming. Like no, like nobody
Mhm.
would know who he is. So humble, so incredible. Loved like just I like his energy. And you mentioned Nolan Smith. I this morning I was listening to you with Jason and Travis, and you also mentioned him. I feel like he does not get talked about enough. We had Jalen Walker out of Georgia on the show talking about obviously his connection to all those Georgia guys in Philly, and he said it's Nolan Smith who checks in with me, who I go to with my questions. Like, what does you're going to enter this national media world now at some point, Brandon. What does the
Yeah.
national media need to know about Nolan?
Well, he's a guy that puts the work in every day, consistent on just putting his body through, what he's going to go through on games. And I know for him, he always asking questions, always taking notes, making sure that he's learning everything that he can. I mean, you rarely see him have mental busts out there when we call him plays. And I'm excited to see him now, just kind of flex a little bit because of the not so many people talking about him, and I hope that he continue to keep performing at a high level. I'm looking for all pro, two like double digit sack. You know what I'm saying? Like he can do that because he really is a hard worker. I think he's gonna be a great leader of men in his room and the defense, and him and JC and all the boys together. They gonna do good. They're gonna keep it going, and whoever we draft, they're gonna follow right in line because of the culture that's already set. So.
Yeah,
Can't wait to watch it. I really can't
yeah.
wait.
You are such a hype guy. You're still enjoying the Super Bowl. I love that. But when we're talking about, you're sort of trying to enjoy the Super Bowl win. I was
Mhm.
thinking this morning, I asked, well, I don't know how to use artificial intelligence, but I asked a producer to ask like AI, how badly does a tricep injury tear hurt? And it literally said, I have it right here, sharp, sudden pain, a pop, a snap, inability to straighten. It feels like your arm stops working. Those are the quotes
Yeah,
that AI gave me. How banged up were you in that Super Bowl? You can say
I
it
was,
now.
I
How
was,
banged up
I
were
was,
you?
uh, I was not ready, honestly, but I felt ready. Practice was great. I went out there and played a great game, but once I re-injured it again, I didn't feel anything. Even when my wife would say, like, "Look at your arm; it's real swollen." I'm like, "Hey, I don't feel it right now. I don't know. Like I think I made it through. I think it's just I just used it a lot, and after that they got the MRI and they told me that I tore it again, and that I knew I was already retiring, but that just confirmed a lot.
Mhm.
I was excited with that. I just wanted to be able to have that uniform on, have those pictures with my family on the field. It was everything that I wanted it to be. So I'm thankful for that. And I got to touch Mahomes, even if it was hawking him down on the tackle. You know what I'm saying? I got to touch him. I got a picture of that.
You do have a picture of that, and like we don't know what the
uh,
future holds. I feel like you were so banged up in that game. I heard you say like you didn't even feel it. I just think it talks
mhm.
about your toughness, and I don't think anything would have kept you from playing in that Super Bowl. I think if you had like nine moments in your rehab that they were like, no, no, I think you would have played. That's just you. That is you.
That's me all day, and I was thankful that my prayers was answered because that was a big thing. I was just making sure that I was doing all I could control and make sure that I went out there and showed him, at least prove to him that hey, he might not be playing, he might could really do something, out there. And so that's what I was happy about when it came down to it. If I didn't look good in practice, they wouldn't have put me out there, but everything went well. And so when I retore it, I could say it was probably on 2 plays. It was one where they didn't want you
Oh,
in a push-up position. And one time I got cut by the back and I went down on my, in that push-up position to make sure I don't fall all the way down to the ground. But
right.
that could have been one. And then I got held on one play when I played, when I had missed a sack because I got held on the play. But he ended up
Who
pulling
held
me
you?
down.
Who held you,
That's,
BG?
big boy, big boy. Yeah, we really did have that was the great game. I was so proud of the boys. I was so happy how together everybody was, and how content everybody was just on like, hey y'all, keeping that level of excitement, keeping that level of excitement. Don't get too high and too low about it. Let's just stay right. And we talked about that the whole game, and I was just proud, as a captain, as a leader, one of the leaders of the team. It was just something I was happy that the boys got to experience.
And then there's this moment. Let's remember this moment right after the Super Bowl, with Jalen, and I think it's important. I want to watch.
As Brandon Graham's trying to give you a big hug here.
Yeah! Boy, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Appreciate you. Let them know. Let them boys know, man. Tell them get off your back. Let's go.
Why was that important to you, Brandon, to say, get off your back? Who are you talking to? It's like, you could just say, great game, love you. Like, it's about, he's gone through adversity. It was important for you to say that at that moment. Why? Why'd that come out of your mouth?
Because nobody can say it for him. I mean, people can say it for him, but he can't say it. And so I know he gets a lot of flack. A lot of people, I don't know, for whatever reason, just want to say certain things, but never give him the credit. Like, I want to hear own it. Like when you talk about certain things and then now what you said didn't come like how you thought it was. He's a lot better than what you thought. It's like, man, just give him his credit, because we went against a great Chiefs team, and Jalen went out there and performed when they bottled everybody up to stop Saquon, and he used his legs a couple times, in there to get those first downs, and it's a lot back there as a quarterback, and so Jalen does a great job of all that stuff, but I just wanted people to own up to whatever it is they say and not give him his credit, because he deserved it.
I wish he'd say it himself sometimes, don't you? And if you're not, you better be around to be able to do that for him.
My guy, no, he know how we feel about him, and I know that for sure that he knows that on himself. It's just how he carries himself, how he does things every day. People just got to get to know him, you know what I'm saying, and really talk with him, because once you get to know him, you really see that he really focused, and he got a regimen that he's on, and he only got so much time to do it, and he ain't just, a lot of people just don't like a bunch of extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just straight to the point, and sometimes it might not come off as good, but it's just like, what's important to you is what's important to you, and some people is different. And so I love that about Jay. Be you, man. I want you to stand 10 toes on whatever it is that you do, and continue to keep on proving them wrong like he doing. And I can't wait to see what he got for him this year.
I mean, these performances against who is the greatest quarterback right now, and Patrick Mahomes, like, he rises to that occasion. Even in a Super Bowl loss, had such a brilliant performance, and then he went and shut everybody up. And I think he's getting credit for it. I think he had to do. It's almost like your Brady sack moment. I'm hoping that it changes how he's perceived when you're now in these fancy sets, and you might have to wear a suit, and you might whatever. Will you say, like, let's get you set for you and your Stephen A. square off here? Is Jalen Hurts the top 5 quarterback?
Jalen Hurts in my book is a top 5 quarterback. I mean, you got, like, he won a Super Bowl. Like, he automatically go up there. He won a Super Bowl. I don't care what team, like, who did what. It's like, look, all year, all playoffs, he the one that grabbed the ball first. He has to hand it off. His mechanics, all the little things that you don't think about, that's just clockwork, has to go right. How many times quarterbacks fumble the ball in a big moment, and then bam, it's game over. And now you looking forward to the next year because of, a mistake that you got to live off of, but learn from, but then get ready for next year. I mean, people don't give him credit for those little things, but all that little stuff matter. And he practiced that stuff every day. He's my top 5 And if I had to go, he my number one because of him playing. I know I ain't playing for them other quarterbacks. All I know is him, and we won the championship. And I'm gonna go just straight there for this year. He got to be number one. You know what I'm saying? He won against the GOAT. It wasn't like he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So it's I
You
feel
made
like
it
a
look
lot of
easy.
people, everybody got their opinions, but I feel like for us, as a group, he was the one that led us to that promised land. So he gotta be number one for this year, especially
I love
going
this.
against Mahomes.
I mean, you were immortalized in Philly, and I love that. And it's a good argument to just
Mhm.
beat Patrick and to look and make it look so easy. And 34 zip. I mean, I was bored. I gotta tell you, PG. I was like, I'm bored of this game. It's a wrap. Let's go. But I learned my
Yeah,
lesson. A couple years ago, 28-3, of course. Like that changed my mind on how things can change. But like, holy smokes! Like I was bored.
yeah,
I was bored to tears. I was like,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
I
you're
was
like, yeah.
laughing, we was on the sideline trying to hold it in too, because it's just like we felt good going into this game because we had a great week. We had a great week of practice. The belief that we was gonna win that game, we knew that because of how just we showed it every day. And when it started happening, I mean, man, that's why we tried to stay low level because they
Mm.
stayed a lot of the Chiefs that year, they was blocking field goals, they was doing a lot of stuff, and we was like, man, if we just take it to them, we feel like we could really do some things. And a lot of people give them a lot of respect and be a
Mm.
little nervous sometimes when they play them. But when you see some of the teams that play them, you got to play just with the same aggression that they playing, and you got to make sure that just don't let Mahomes be back there running around, doing all the extra stuff, leaving open holes in the middle, stuff like that.
Oh,
Rush together. And so that was a big emphasis. Shout out to the coaches, shout out to our team. I mean, it was really well put together. Vic had us ready, and it was a simple game plan, but it was an attitude everybody had to play with.
you knew that you didn't know it was gonna be that bad. There's no way. You didn't there you
Well,
weren't
you
shocked.
know, we knew we was not. Of course, we don't think we gonna get blown out. We just was not worried about the refs. Like that was another thing we talked about. That don't get into that game of man, the refs this, refs that. Hey, let's just work our technique. Let's get ready for this. We can control what we can. Make sure that halftime we're not watching no halftime shows, all that stuff. Let's stay focused. All that little stuff that goes into the Super Bowl, the distractions, all that. We plan for
Yeah.
that, but I think we gave ourselves our best shot because of Coach Sirianni talking about those little things, and then we actually practicing some of that in that, like how long at one practice we practicing how long the halftime gonna be, all that little stuff. That stuff matter, and when we used to it
Yeah.
already, and we get and we already ran through that flow, it just becomes second nature. And I think we knew we was prepared for that type of game if we all stay focused. And I mean, as you can see, that's what happened.
I think that's the value that you add, even with one tricep, like you getting those guys ready and keeping them where they are. And like even the younger, you know what it's like to win. You know, like I can't even imagine that like confidence that you put in them, like that pushed them over. You're also making it sound easy. Literally no one could have executed that simple plan but you guys. You know
No,
that.
it ain't easy. Trust me, it ain't easy. But like you say, it's having people feel like how like some weeks where we'll play Brady and then some coaches get nervous and then that his nervousness trickle down to the players and then we'll be arguing and doing all that little stuff when stuff don't go right. We didn't have that. I felt like that was all year because even when we was 2-2, it was still consistent on how his messaging was. It wasn't like he had to get real. He didn't yell. He didn't say anything. He just call you out, say his piece, and then we move on. And when you got something like that, I feel like you can build. And we built his trust over the year. I'm talking about Vic Fangio, and I think that over time he started to be funny in his speeches and say some of the lingo that you hear some of the young guys say, just to relate and all that stuff. And it became a family. And I mean, it really does have to be everybody involved. And I think we all were involved, especially because, I mean, of course, you see Saquon type of year he had. I mean, who wouldn't believe that we got a shot? But we had to make sure on defense that we brought our A game too. And I think we all built that family over time, and everybody was just all in. So that's what you want from as a leader. It was easy because I didn't have to make too many choices to help others. Like I already was helping, but I don't have to force somebody. Come on, man, get your. It's like nah. Everybody gonna make mistakes. We gonna talk about things, but it's like more about, man, I believe this guy is all in. I believe this guy is. Maybe today he was feeling a little something. We could talk about it, but I mean, I trust him. That trust was earned over the 9 months that we was together, and it showed up big in that last one.
I think it's so interesting that it's like a superpower when you are a great player. It's like what makes you so special is that you do unnerve other players. People do get nervous. You are the only human, I think, and that those teams to make both Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes look less than superhuman. Like you guys did that. You did that personally. I'm serious. I don't think that there's anybody else in history, person or team, to do that.
It's crazy because, I give people their respect. I mean, you got to give them their respect by how you prepare and all that stuff when you play in the game. But we can't be sounding scared. We can't be sounding about, like I tell my coach all the time, they haven't seen us. Yeah, we might watch film and see how they did other people, but they not us. And so let's not get that misconstrued, you know what I'm saying, where they didn't play us. And so, yes, they have some great things that they have on film and they look good, but you got to make sure on that day, everything that we thinking about is going to happen. You don't know what's really going to happen. So, yeah, we can plan ahead and have a plan, but let's not plan scared or plan to, yeah, this quarterback like to run the ball. He like this and that, but then in the game he want to pass the ball. It's like, look, let's just have a plan for that, but let's do what got us to this point. And when you playing like that, and we doing our stuff because it ain't about them, that's where you cooking. And I think that Nick Sirianni and the coaches, everybody does a great job for that. And it's learned behavior for sure because it wasn't always like that, but. You got to get other people to believe in that too, because everybody is different every year, and they're going to have that challenge of that this year, even if you won the Super Bowl, because some people want the ball, some people not playing as good, and then you lose them a little bit because they might not take the media stuff as good as some people, and all this stuff that happens when the ups and downs of the season. But you got to make sure that you have good leaders to be able to go talk to those guys and let them know it's going to get better. We got your back, build that confidence, speak life into them, and, just keep it moving. You got to handle your business, take care of your business. You got to grow up right now. You got to do this. I mean, it's just so many hard conversations that goes on behind closed doors, but I mean, that's what being the leader is all about. And that's what I'm going to miss the most, those moments, the hard moments, stuff that you get through. And then when you hold that trophy, boy, I told you. You know how it go. Like, everything that you talked about, it happened.
It's so true. And I don't know that like you guys lost a Super Bowl, you went through some adversity that you whatever. And I think that's why you won. Like those tough moments brought you guys together as a family. I just have a couple more for you. I heard you talk about the Tush Push with Travis and Jason on their podcast, New Heights. You said it was soft that they're trying to ban it. Did you need it? Did y'all need it? Do we need it? Need it to win the Super Bowl? No.
We didn't need it. We didn't need it at all. But it's just a play that everybody knows is coming. And if we didn't have the personnel for it, then of course y'all would stop it. But since you don't have the personnel, we got a good O-line right now. Yes. And when they finally called the Tush Push, we have a great O-line right now. And those guys are big up front, and it's a technique that we work and practice. It's not like anything else. And so we just work. And I mean, people got to work. They're going to figure out something. This league is very, very smart, and they always find you. You know what I'm saying? In the league. That's one thing I can respect about this league. You get an off season on a guy that killed it 1 year, you better make sure you stay consistent because they're coming for you this year. That same stuff that got you last year might not be as good this year. So you better come with some different flavor this year. So I know that
you know how to stop it.
Yeah, you'll figure it out how to stop it. But right now,
But did you ever stop it in practice?
No, we don't run it against each other. It's just they just do it, and
You
so I
don't?
watch it. Nah, we don't go against nah, because it'll be some fights, especially because you got to get people motivated already. Training camp, all that stuff. If we was to do it, it would be a live period, and it wouldn't be the ones. It wouldn't be the ones versus the ones.
Oh,
It would be like the twos versus twos, just so that they can learn it. The guys that just came in and that's on the second team, and like we wouldn't do
but they
that
did. But they did do
because
it with the second team. You've never tried to
what
stop. That's
what
surprising to me. They're just raw dogging the
no,
the thing and just rolling it out in the Super Bowl
yeah
and then gameplay. Shut
yeah,
up.
it's
No
raw
way.
dogging like but they practice it. They practice it for sure.
Okay, but not against
Uh-huh.
competition.
No, it's the first time that they
Oh.
do it is out there in live action. Hmm.
I didn't know that. I want, the
Yeah.
take I want to hear from an Eagle. I want to hear somebody say, ban it. We don't need it. We don't need
Oh,
it.
that's what you
We'll
want.
anyway. Yeah.
But you ain't gonna get that. We the ones that's benefiting from it. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't advise nobody to speak up like that. But speak your heart on however you feel. But at the same time, if another team was doing it, I would be challenged to be like, hey man, we're gonna be the ones to stop that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where my mind going. But that's why I say it's kind of like I wouldn't even think like that. I wouldn't even want to tell nobody that, man, ban that. Nah, if
Yeah.
it's something that's really hurting you, yes, I will. I'm all about player safety. I'm all about that. But this is an offensive play. It's an offensive league
Mhm.
at the same time. Like they get so many calls. It's like, come on, this is a play that nobody I feel has gotten hurt. I just think it's a big pile up. Everybody want to jump on top when that ain't doing nothing. That's just smashing the pile. But everybody do it the way they do it and they try to stop it the way they stop it. Let's just find a unique way to try to stop it. I mean, we found a unique way to do it. I mean, somebody gonna come up with it, but right now we just got the personnel for it too, because it can be stopped.
Brandon, last one for you. My two-time Super Bowl champ on his 90% retirement. Congratulations.
Mhm.
Do you remember your first playoff sack?
My first playoff sack. Let me see. So first time really going to playoffs. Mm, okay, I was hurt that year.
Can we show it to you?
First playoff. Yeah, let me see. It had to be. Ooh. I
Do
forgot
you
about
remember?
that one. We lost to that. Yeah, because Sproles came to us that next year. Because Sproles got him in field goal range on the kickoff return, and we ended up losing this game. And they played Seattle. I think this was the year of Seattle. Seattle won it all this year.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is not the way to bring in our other guest, but I thought it was funny that this was 2013 where Brandon Graham and
Wow.
newly retired
That's
Teron
against Teron.
Armstead.
That's against my guy. What up, boy?
Hey, BG, man,
Uh,
that was the luckiest sack ever, dog.
hey, you
Hey,
know
look,
what? I got him. I got him two times. The one that we should have won that when Alshon dropped it. But yeah, I got him on that one. Strip sack
you
on
did,
that one.
you did, you
But
did,
we
you
ain't
did.
recovered. We ain't recovered. But man, we've been having
I
some
remember
good
you
battles.
was you was talking trash over that too. You was like, "Hey, you're not supposed to give up no sacks, boy. You supposed to be all pro."
And who
Yeah,
won those games, Teron? Teron, you're too nice to say it. Who won those games?
he
We
did.
did,
He
we
did.
did. Yeah, yeah, we got him out of here.
Hmm.
That's why they ain't want to
Yeah.
see us. They was happy that Minnesota Miracle happened back in 17. They didn't want to see
Hey,
them
I'm gonna be
that black and
honest. I'm
gold.
gonna be honest. Y'all definitely was a team where I was like, yeah, we gotta play them. I mean, we gotta play the best if we gonna beat them. And then that happened. Man, we knew we had a shot, but boy, we didn't want to see y'all. I ain't gonna even lie.
Much love,
We're
BG. All
retired.
respect, brother. Congrats too,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh yeah. Thank you,
BG
man.
saying
Appreciate you.
BG's retired, but the door's kind of open. Teron, we're gonna
Well, what
talk
do
to
we
you.
say? 90
What do you
10.
got?
90 10.
No, mine
What
dead
position?
bolted. Yeah, mine it's a wrap. It's
It's a
sealed
honey.
shut. Hundo, big hundo.
Well, I'm going to miss you
Hmm.
two playing on the field against each other, with each other, those smiles. BG, go do your thing. Go have lunch. We appreciate you. We'll see you with whatever you're doing. We'll be back